Hello, now we can study properties of multiplication of integers. First, closure property, then commutative property, then multiplicative identity and multiplication by zero. Also, we can study associative property of multiplication. First, closure property. As usual, when we are adding two integers, we have to get as an integer as the answer. That is the closure property of addition. Then in case of subtraction, when we are subtracting two integers, we have to get an integer as the answer. That is the closure property of subtraction. Also, in case of multiplication, when we are multiplying two integers, we have to get an integer as the answer. When we are multiplying integers, we have to get an integer as the answer. Can we check? Negative 3 multiplied by 2, that is equal to negative 6. We know negative 6 is an integer. Then 2 times 0 is equal to, when we are multiplying by 0, we will get 0 as the answer. Always 0 will be the answer. Then 0 is an integer. Then negative 9 multiplied by negative 3, that is equal to positive 27. So positive 27 is an integer. So if a and b are any integers, and when we are multiplying by a by b, then we will get an integer is the answer. Okay, always an integer will be the answer. So we can say closure property is satisfying in case of multiplication of integers. Clear? Closure property is true in case of the multiplication of integers. Clear? Now we can discuss commutative property. Commutative property of multiplication. As we all know, in case of addition, 3 plus 4 is equal to 7. Also 4 plus 3 is equal to 7. So we can say 3 plus 4 equal to 4 plus 3. 3 plus 4 equal to 4 plus 3 is equal to 7. So order doesn't matter. So we can say closure property is satisfying in case of addition. But in case of subtraction, 3 minus 4 is equal to negative 1. But 4 minus 3 is equal to positive 1. So negative 1 is not equal to positive 1. So we can say commutative property is not satisfying in case of subtraction. Now we can check in case of multiplication. 3 times 4 equal to 12. Then 4 times 3 is equal to 12. So in another example, negative 5 multiplied by 2 is equal to negative 10. Then 2 multiplied by negative 5 is also equal to negative 10. So we can say here 3 times 4 is equal to 4 times 3 is equal to 12. So the answer is same in both cases. Then here negative 5 times 2 is equal to 2 times negative 5. That is also equal to negative 10. So we can say that this answer is also same. So we can say a multiplied by b is equal to b multiplied by a. We will get the same answer itself. So we can say commutative property. Commutative property is under multiplication of integers. Clear? So we can say commutative property is satisfying in case of the multiplication of integers. Next, multiplying by 0. That is 2 multiplied by 0 is equal to 0. Also 0 multiplied by 2 is 0. Then 100 multiplied by 0 is also equal to 0. Then 0 multiplied by 100 is equal to 0 itself. So we can say when we are multiplying 2 times 0 and 0 times 2, we will get 0 as the answer. So 100 multiplied by 0 is equal to 0 multiplied by 100 is also equal to 0. So we can say when we are multiplying by 0, we will get 0 as the answer. Always the answer will be 0. When we are multiplying an integer by 0 or 0 by an integer, the answer will be 0 itself. Clear? Next, multiplicative identity. That is 2 times 1 is equal to 2 itself. Then 1 times 2, that is also equal to 2. Then 100 multiplied by 1, that is equal to 100. And 1 multiplied by 100 is also equal to 100 itself. That means when we are multiplying by 1, we will get the same integer as the answer. We will get that same integer itself. Clear? So we can say that multiplicative identity is 1. Okay, don't forget it. Multiplicative identity is 1. When we are multiplying by 1, we will get that same integer as the answer. Then multiplying by 0, we will get 0 as the answer. Okay. Next, associative property. That is 3 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 5 is equal to 3 times 2, 6. 6 times 5, that is 30. Now, the bracket was here, both mass. First, what is there in the bracket? We have to do that operation first. Then, 3 times 2 multiplied by 5. So, 3 times 2 times 5 is equal to 10. 3 times are 30. So, the answer is equal. So, now we can say 3 times 2 multiplied by 5 is equal to 3 times 2 times 5. So, we can say this LHS and RHS are equal. So, we can say associative property is satisfying in case of multiplication of integers. Okay, associative property is satisfying in case of multiplication of integers. Okay. Now we can study distributive property over addition. That is multiplication and addition will be there. 2 operations. Okay. That is 3 multiplied by 5 plus 2. We can do this one as 3 times 7. 5 plus 2, 7. That is equal to 21. This we can do in another way. That is 3 multiplied by 5. First we can multiply 3 by 5. Plus 3 times 2. 3 times 2. Then we can add these answers. 3 5s are 15. Then 3 2s are 6. 15 plus 6, 21. So we can say that 3 times 5 plus 2 is equal to 3 times 5 plus 3 times 2. This is distributive property. We are distributing this number to inside the numbers. Some numbers will be there inside the bracket. So we can distribute this number to these numbers. Clear? So we can say, we can make, if A, B, C are any 3 integers, then A times B plus C will be equal to A times B plus A times C. Okay? A times B plus B times C. Sorry, A times C. A times B plus A times C. Clear? A times B plus A times C. This is the distributive property over addition. Okay? Now, distributive property over subtraction. That is, in case of subtraction. 4 multiplied by 3 minus 8. Okay? Then, 4 times 3 minus 8 is equal to minus 5. The answer will be negative 20. 4 5s are 20. Then one negative is there. Keep that negative is here. Then in case of distributive property, we can do this one. 4 times 3 minus 8 is the question. So first we can multiply 4 and 3. Then keep this in the bracket. Then subtract 4 multiplied by 8. Okay. Then 4 3s are 12. 12 minus 4 8s are 32. So the answer is 12 minus 32. 32 is greater than 12. So 32 minus 12 is equal to 20. Then keep negative sign as the answer because the second number is greater than the first number. So the answer is negative 20 for this first method and this second method also negative 20. So now we can write 4 times 3 minus 8 is equal to 4 times 3 minus 4 multiplied by 8. That is, if A, B, C are any three integers, then A multiplied by B minus C is equal to A multiplied by B minus A multiplied by C. Clear? A multiplied by B is equal to A multiplied by C. I think now you got some ideas about the properties of multiplication of integers. Which all are they? Closure property, that is when we are multiplying two integers or any integers, we will get an integer as the answer. So closure property is satisfying in case of multiplication. Then the next one is commutative property. That means order doesn't matter. Order is not a problem in case of multiplication. We can multiply in any way. Okay. Then multiplying by 0. We will get 0 as the answer. Then multiplicative identity. Multiplicative identity is 1. Then associative property. Associative property is satisfying in case of multiplication. Okay, that means we can make the group in easy method. That is 25 multiplied by 37 multiplied by 4. Here 25 times 4, that is equal to 100. Then 37. The answer is 37 multiplied by 100 is equal to 37 and 2 more zeros. So by using this associative property, we can make our multiplication in very easy way. Okay. So then in case of distributive property, A multiplied by B plus C is equal to A multiplied by B plus A multiplied by C. So associative property is satisfying. Then in case of distributive property over addition and multiplication is here. Then in case of subtraction, A multiplied by B minus C is equal to A multiplied by B minus A multiplied by C. Okay. These are the properties of multiplication of integers. Okay. Thank you.